What do you think is the most dick move that you could do in a baseball game?
Well, are you familiar with Morgana the Kissing Bandit?
No.
Okay, well, she was famous for storming the field many times and going up to players and hugging and kissing them. She did this for a period of many years. It was non-consensual. They didn't want to be kissed. They wanted to play baseball.
Sure, that makes sense.
They wanted to play baseball. Nobody wants to play
Nobody
baseball.
actually wants to play baseball.
You know what I mean.
They're all forced contractually to do it.
One time I want to see one of the players escape because you would never play baseball of your own volition.
You want to see, yeah, having to escape a baseball game would be pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I have something that I think is an even more dick move. Essentially, you could stand in the batter's line of sight and just fuck with them. And it wasn't until a massive douchebag came along in 1950 and did exactly that they were like, oh, we should probably write a rule to keep people from doing this.
Okay, can we do this on the show where you tell me about it?
I would love to. Rule 604, Section C, no fielder shall take a position in the batter's line of vision and with deliberate unsportsmanlike intent act in a manner to distract the batter.
They had to write that rule.
They actually had to write that rule. Would you like to hear the story of why?
Yes.
I'd love to tell you. It begins August 9th, 1950. The New York Giants are playing what were then the Boston Braves. Braves third baseman Bob Elliott is at the plate, and he's having a hard time picking up the ball as it comes at him because the second base umpire is in his line of sight. So he's like,
hey buddy, can you shift?
Sure.
Get out of my way a little bit
so I can see what I'm doing? And the umpire says, that's a reasonable request. Sure, I'll do it. And he takes a few steps to the side. But New York Giants second baseman Eddie the Brat Stanky, who I have checked is in the top 5 greatest baseball names of all time.
Eddie Stanky.
He goes, bing, he gets like the little light bulb. He goes,
I'm going to do that.
I'm going to stand where the umpire was, and I'm going to distract him. So that's what he does. He walks over, and he starts waving his arms around on the very next pitch. And the Braves are reasonable people, and they say, okay, you know what, that's fine. They go on to win the game anyway, and they make not a big stink about it. 2 days later, Eddie Stanky is like, I'm going to continue to stank this up a little bit. And I'm going to keep doing it because I think it's fun. And obviously it bothers people.
He's going to stank this up figuratively.
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 And quite possibly literally.
Sure.
The Giants are playing the Philadelphia Phillies. And now this has evolved into full-on jumping jacks. He gets in the batter's line of sight behind the second base, and he just does full-on jumping jacks during almost every pitch. And Phillies catcher Andy Semenick is not having it at all. He gets very upset. And he goes to the umpire and he says, I don't think he should be able to do this. And the umpire does what is officially known as calling an airbud and says, well, there ain't no rule that says you can't do it.
Ain't no rule said the dog can't play basketball.
After the game, they're like, well, we probably should have a rule for it. So they try to find National League President Ford Frick.
Do you think if he were born in our time, he would be called Ford Fuck?
I think it's possible.
Ford Fuck's just a funny name.
So the next day they're playing the Phillies again, and eventually the umpires say, you know what, we don't have an official rule for this, but we're going to eject you anyway. But at that point the damage is done because Andy Semenick, the guy from the game they played the day before, is still so fired up that he actually slides into the replacement second baseman, whose name is Bill Rigney, and takes him out and sparks a brawl that requires the intervention of the NYPD to actually take care of. Yes. Then they came up with the rule, which is now Rule 604, that you can't just stand in a batter's line of sight and f with them.
That is remarkable.
This is also the reason why that they have that section in the outfield of most ballparks that is painted black and you can't sit in, so that you can't f with the batter.
If I'm not wrong, that's called the batter's eye, right?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. Well, no wonder batting's so bad. Your eye's all the way out there.
I assume having a 95-mile-an-hour baseball hurled at you is an extremely difficult thing to hit in a normal circumstance, let alone with people like holding up giant pictures of your face. Sure. You, Jon Bois's face.
Yeah, that's the last thing you see before you get one between the eyes.
What if you get beamed by a ball, the last thing you see is burned into your brain?
But that's what happens when you die, is you relive the last 10 seconds you saw on television forever. For some of you, it might be this YouTube video for some people.
What should we do in case that is true?
Welcome to eternity.
Hello, everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
It's going to get cut off right after you say enjoy, and then it's going to start over. Welcome to eternity.
Hello, everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
Welcome to eternity.
Hello, everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
Welcome to eternity. Hello, everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Weird Rules. If you have an idea for a story like this one, leave it in the comments below, and there's a whole bunch of other ones, so go watch them. They're all really great.